What's up, y'all? Top of Monday morning, January 20th. You already saw this. As you know, I trade NQ and gold, so let's go through my process. I start with my journal, come to my pre-market checklist here. So we got to review news today. What do we have news? 2 a.m. already happened, 4:45, 11:30. All right, so we don't have anything too crazy today. Um, so we can go back to the journal, news review, higher time frame identified. So I do these for both pairs and see which one I'm going to go with based on the context of the particular session. So higher time frame identified. Let's go see. So we'll start with NQ. We'll start on a weekly because we do have a new week. And then last week, uh, closed bearish up on the daily. Like I said, it's in an overall uptrend, but it's been going sideways, and it looks like it's starting to make moves on. See, it broke this last lower high, and it broke. Price action broke that last lower low. So, to me, it's still indecisive on NQ. So far on the daily time frame, let's go to gold. Gold looks a little bit more better. It is definitely still presenting bullish activity. And this was the last high that it broke. So definitely got an indication on the daily time frame. Go back to the journal. Identify. So we know gold is bullish. And NQ right now, we need a little bit more information. So we might be focusing on gold, but let's drop down and see, mark our levels. So let's go back to NQ. Neutrons, like I said, right now it's kind of indecisive on the daily, so we're gonna hop down on the 4 hour. Last week, turn this off. Last week we did have a structure break on the 4 hour here. Change that to green. That's what I use for the 4 hour. And then, as you can see, Sunday opening or Friday, Sunday opening, huge gap. But we did have another indication on the 4 hour. We'll mark that up. And then we'll drop down to the 1 hour. And we have another indication on the 1 hour. So as of right now, NQ is showing bearishness. We do have indications. We do have this gap right here that we want to look for. And let's do the same thing for gold. Gold, go back to the daily. Gold is still pushing. So we have the indication on the daily time frame. We use red for that. Indication, it did a short retracement on Friday, correction, and then continued up with the Sunday opening gap here. 4 hour time frame. We can use this a sideways motion as the latest high, which means it gave us an indication on the 4 hour. And then we can hop down to the 1 hour. And we can see it gave an indication on the 1 hour. We use orange for that. So pretty much every time frame on gold has given indications, but we are looking for that correction, but we'll get to that. So key levels marked. Yes. Liquidity zones identified. So with this, For gold, this is the all-time high again. So there's nothing to target right now other than during the correction, this big old gap. In Q, we have our indication. It's correcting actually right now. So it took out this low already. This low right here already. The most recent low it taken out already, and the next target would be, there's a gap in this area right here, or the low. So it's near that. So it might be an opportunity on NQ. So it's looking like we're focusing on NQ. New York session context clear. So if it's not clear, again, right now we have bearishness. We do have indications, and we currently have a correction. So it's clear on NQ for a go. Gold, we just have indications, no corrections. So it's clear in the sense that it is bullish, but it's not clear in the sense that bullish enough or for me to take a trade right now. So we're going to go back here and mark yes for NQ. Risk defined, so risking 10% on our accounts. If we go to our trade log here, our last trade was here. We risked 330 to gain 719, and the count now is right there, so 3% of that. Or I can use the same 3% that I used the week before, which I usually do to start out. So we'll be risking 330. So risk is defined for NQ. We're not focusing on gold. And an emotional state, I am cool, calm, and collective. Matter of fact, let me get my tea real quick. Yeah, I usually start the morning with some tea, so part of my routine. Part of my routine. Yes, it is. So the emotional state. So now that I have all yeses, it's still telling me I can go ahead and go to the next checklist, which is my strategy entry checklist. And we will be focusing on not go NQ. We just enter the date here. And then since we're bearish, we'll be looking for sales. And our first rule is, did price make a clear indication on the 1 hour time frame in the direction of the higher time frame? So 1 hour, 4 hour correlation. We're not trading gold, we're looking at NQ. So yes, it made its indication, meaning it broke the last lower low. That's our indication. This is our indication area where sellers were in charge here. And then above that, buyers are in charge, right? Same thing for the 4 hour indication. The sellers were in charge. Buyers were in charge above it. So we took out a low here, looking to see something, see if we can get some type of price action towards these gaps in price. And again, we put in a dollar amount versus 10%. just say 3:30 right now. Because it's Monday. All right, back to the journal. So we got a yes for that. Did price make a correction back to or near the original indication? Yes, it did so far. It is near, definitely came back. So we will see what's next. So we got yes on that. And did price make a breaker structure on the 5 or 15-minute time frame in the direction of the higher time frame buy? So did it break a breaker structure on the lower time frame in a bearish direction? Because we're looking for sales, right? So yeah, I'm on the 15. Just came back to the original indication, and right now you're seeing no breaker structure on the 15. Right now the support is here. Higher high, higher low. This is all the same. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is not a higher low until it makes a new higher high. So this is our last support on the 5-minute. So we're gonna mark that up right here. Price is respecting that still. Yes, it would pass it, but it's still, these bodies are respecting that. So stay on the 15-minute and watch it. New York or market open is at 9:30, so we're gonna see what price action does at 9:30. And then I'll get my account ready. I hope y'all understand this process. It really helps me. As you can see, it helps me take higher probability trades if I just follow my rules. Systems over emotions is what I say. So if we just follow our rules, so here we're number 3, we're number 4, 5, and 6 have to be complete in order for me to take the trade. And then if we can catch something above or right below here, like if this makes another high, a new higher high, I should say, I would want to see it break down up here so that I can catch a sell to this low or this blue line. Keep it simple. Follow the rules. Now, the only thing that's emotions that is popping up in the back of my head is this Sunday opening gap here. We're close to it. Price generally wants to gravitate to it, but sometimes it does it right away, and sometimes it doesn't do it right away. Try to find another example of that. Like here. Here was a Sunday market open here. It didn't go to it right away. Change that yellow. It didn't go to it until today. So a week later. A whole week later. But nonetheless, it did come back to it. So we have the same instance here, beginning of the week. So price is bearish in my head. I think it will want to come up first and then continue down if that's what it's trying to do. But on the daily, only slightly more of a push beyond this low right here. Because right now it broke the higher low, which is a small indication that it wants to go lower. But it could do what it did up here, broke this lower high, and melted down. So we shall see. Market open in 10 minutes. Not price. If market opens and price immediately goes down, then there's no trade because it already, once it takes out my target, pretty much the target I set up for today's goal. And if it does it before, then we have no trade. It's still rolling because sometimes this thing could not be rolling. How was your weekend though? I had yesterday off, which was a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. Much needed. Much needed. Here we gonna do, y'all, Monday. Seems like it's breaking in 5 minute structure, but could just wick out just like this candle did and continue up. All right, we're pushing down on the daily. Oh, today I'm tripping, y'all. Today Tuesday, I'm bugging. I counted that as, yeah, so Sunday open and then Monday we got some bearish activity. And today we're getting bearish activity. Sorry, somebody outside won, but it sounded weird. But yesterday was a holiday, so I did not trade yesterday. Turn the session on. I was trying to see if yesterday I could have made a trade, but no, it happened outside of noon. Normally I end trades at noon. I'm looking for my setup and my profit taking or loss to be at or before noon. Sometimes I let it go to 1, but trying to be in for the day and out. Seven more minutes. 7 more minutes. 7 more minutes. Let's go. I should have did that before. We'll stay on the 15 and see what it do. So what rule we waiting on? You want price to break structure to the downside. The rule after that is price has to make a lower low and a lower high or equal lower high. Same thing if we were buying. But what I would like to see is price. I honestly would like to see price come up here. So I'm gonna feel this and then continue down. Price said boom, 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 then start breaking structure. Boom, boom, so on and so forth. Let me see something on the data again. Yeah, so it broke that lower higher low. Low. Broke that high. Came back down. Broke that low. So you want to see a little bit more low action. If it decides to go low. Just setting up my broker account. 8. Two more minutes until market open, y'all. Right, got that set up. It's Monday, y'all, so no rushing. You want to see our setup? And I should show some screenshots of what we're looking for. All right. The reason why I marked up as this support is the last higher low, because for me, a higher low, for a higher low to be a higher low, it has to break a high, it has to make a new higher high. So for here, you see this moving right here, it didn't make a new higher high. So this is just an internal low between this swing. I want to see price to break this low. If you want down movement. So now we see market open, it creates a new high. So we have these equal lows that it still has to break. Now back in 15. This is set, so we don't need that right there. Yeah. All right. Pushed up a little bit, create a new high. What I want to see is it create a new lower low and then a lower high enter around this area. Because our next rule is that if sell, the price make a lower low and a lower high, or equal lower high. Because the lower, this can actually go back up to this high and be equal lower high. Because this is what it did, I think, on gold last week. Was it gold Friday? Let me see real quick. Yeah. And I caught it. So yeah. This was the last structure. Price made that lower low. Then it came all the way up. 100% retracement plus. Made this equal lower high. Equal lower high. And then entry was around here. Caught that. Caught that. Caught that. Caught that. Caught that. So we gonna see what it's gonna do. I kind of feel like this is me just talking out loud. Yeah, we got a lot of targets down here daily. Especially these little equal lows right here. Could be trying to hang for them right now. Mm-hmm. Because it struggled to get above here. Multiple times. Here, 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 here. They're struggling. Alright, getting a big push up. Look like price trying to go. But we gonna see if it's gonna go to that gap. This big old gap. This big old gap. So definitely made a higher high. Yeah, so the 930 candle took off. Took off. Now, since we went to the other side, does that mean we start looking for buys? No. No, we do not. This is just a correction and potentially going into this gap over here. You wouldn't start looking for buys, in my opinion, at this point until it really cleared these highs that it's been struggling to get across. $4 hour. Man, that's a huge gap. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, dang. And they didn't feel it Monday. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. All right, let me have back on 15. Gold, I remember it's not doing nothing on gold. Like I said, it's up there cooling right now. Man, boy, gold pushed up. Gold been pushing. Push it real good. See, luckily we caught that short-term short. Really, it just came back down, touched down the last high on the daily. I thought it was gonna go to this gap, but it didn't. But we took the low hanging fruit, so take the low hanging fruit, y'all. But if I would have held it, one day I'll become a swing trader. One day. right. You did a little nice little move up just for the hype. Yeah, so if it breaks the 1 hour high here, today, definitely no trade. Definitely a no trade. I'm not looking for buys unless price breaks the last lower high, which is this area right here. Basically, these are pretty much equal, but we'll just do this one. Because this could be 4 hour indication and the correction, and then it could still come down. Yeah. So it still has room to breathe, still has room to do what it wants to do. We're not rushing anything. We still know our rules. It might be a no-go. And if it's a no-go, that's fine. It means you can get some things done today. Point is not to be on the charts all day. Wait for your setup. If you don't see it, wait for the next day. Period. It's only been 10 minutes since the opening. Is this a hype candle or is it going to continue to go up? Or manipulation? Well, we really don't have a lot of room. Mm. The part of trading, sitting on your hands. That's what a lot of people don't like. They feel like they got to do something, but we don't have to. That's why I love this. That's why I'm aiming for to do this a full time, because days like this is like, well, I could be doing this, waiting, and have a no trade day versus being at a job, working, answering to people, talking to people. Man, it's an introvert paradise, man. Real stuff. Real stuff. Transfer. Okay, that comes back. make that count. I feel like it's been longer than 15 minutes. All right, we got one more minute on this 15-minute candle. Make that push. What's it gonna do, y'all? Go do a slight retracement. Go got a huge gap too. Yeah, bang. These gaps. I think it's setting up. I think it's setting up to go low, but this was the last push and go to here. Take that push. Make a little bit more to get. See, the pushes be almost equal. That's 1, 2, 3. All right. Another entry could be simply when price crosses this line because you know sellers are in charge here. So you can just take a sell if you wanted to. I like to see a structure break. I like to see structure break. So I wouldn't mind seeing, I actually wouldn't mind seeing a little bit and struggle to break that and come down, then restructure and boom. I would like to see that, but we're gonna see what price gives us. Shoot. 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 Oh, shoot. Like it's gonna be a slow day. At 9:50. Alright, seems like it wants to go up further. Again, if price did this, let's see, we're making this high, high, low, high, low, high. Price did made that lower high, boom, we got one indication, and then it made another a lower low. We have two indications to look for an entry and then catch this down. But it didn't do that. That would have been the perfect setup. But I see she wants to go up. She wants to go up. She wants to go up. And unless it does some type of immediate action, like, and it tanks, I think it's just gonna go up. So I think it's gonna be a no trade day. But it doesn't matter what I think. What is price action gonna show us? $15 And Jermaine, why don't you get in? You see prices going up. Here the old me. Old me would have hopped down on this 5. Same price broke structure. See this support hold, and there really wouldn't have been an entry unless I did it. Come back, break here, and then aim for here. But that's going against my rules. That would have been a scalping strategy. But our time frame prevails. So you want to follow. What's structure doing? 4 hour, we got a break here. This was our first break on the 4 hour. Right here. Take this away. Break the structure, correction. Price starts to break down and come down. Then this was the last lower low. Price broke that. Trace came back down. Did it again. So really, be right here, to be honest with you. That's another 4 hour break. Low ride. So price fills this area. We're gonna see that 1 hour breakdown again. That's what we want to see. Let's see 1 hour break of structure. Break this high from up here. And let's see 1 hour break. With anticipation of coming on down. So I really want to see this area hold right here. She pushing though, y'all. She pushing up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably stay on to about 10:30. And if we don't get a position by then I'll send an alert. And if I do take a position, I usually do a short. But that's the new thing. I'll do a short on YouTube. Now, if this comes straight down, be wide, that'd be a huge stop. Would be a massive stop. So yeah, straight down, and then reject. First 15 minutes, second 15 minutes, kind of slowing up. It is cold here in Atlanta, boy. Yo. Excuse me. Don't like the wintertime. Me no like the wintertime. Me no like. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, 10 o'clock. So I'm just trying to create some type of swing. Put my alert here. Option. Again, I'm gonna hang around till 10:30 because I don't want to get in a position past 10:30, 11. While that hesitates, let's take a look at Euro USD. Actually, go to the weekly. God damn. Weekly, we're still bullish. Struggling up here. Daily, we broke a higher low. And it retraced all the way. God dang. When did it do this? What? That was today at 1 a.m.? What happened at 1 a.m.? Basically, even after that. I'm trying to get all this out of the way. Look at this push. Crazy. Good Monday. Got the indication. Possible entry here. So let me break down this while we wait. So Monday, this is Friday, Sunday, and then Monday, you could potentially, you got your indication, you got your correction, top down on that 15, up down on that 15. You see it correct, and then you see market start to break structure here. We'll use red. So we see the break, and you know this market opens pretty much 8:30. So we got on the 8. You see that breaker structure create your higher high. And really this is your higher low. The last low, higher low. So you got your higher low, higher high, comes back down, market comes back above that breaker structure. Could enter on the close or the break. Could have had your stop here. That would have been a little tight for me. I would have had it down here. You could have definitely got a 1-to-1 by noon. Because you'd have been targeting this high, these two equal highs right here, and potentially this high right here. And if you would have held it, sheesh. If you would have held it, oh my goodness. Man. That would have been all kinds of gains. But then again, that's coming off of structure breaking to the downside here on the daily. So we had this indication in the correction. Caught this correction up. Four-hour. Four-hour made his last low and lower high, then it broke. No entry on the 4-hour. Unless you really, I guess you could. Same. So when it's the same, oh yeah, that's a higher probability. So, boom. And then if you were PM session, you actually had like another little opportunity here. But that is Euro. So we made that retracement on the daily. We did it quick, like. So now if this is actually, according to the time frame, if this is actually bearish, we will start to see breakdown here. I haven't seen a candle that big on Euro USD in a while. Probably the biggest one. Yeah, right now, other than this one right here, about the same, but that's some good movement. Go back in. Okay, we slow pokey today. Slow pokey. Go. Gold is still pushing. I think it's gonna push a little bit more and then start to make its move down. Yep, there's no entry here based off the 1 hour. Now, if you're uh, 8:30, 9:30. That's for that. All right, let's see what we got here. The price just says, you know what? I'm just gonna go straight down. And then it's gonna be a no trade. I'm just gonna have to miss that trade. I'm just gonna have to miss the train. Train, man. Miss the train. Train, man. We want a high probability. We'll go to the journal. Right now, we're gonna say no for a breaker structure. And it's gonna say low probability. Still allowed to trade, but low probability. So this is where you make discernment, right? But we don't need to do that because if it doesn't even do this one, it's gonna let you know no trade. Or if a noon hits, and it didn't do this, these are automatically no's. No trade. No trade. See what that 1 hour candle look like. This 9 o'clock candle. This is 10. Starting formula. Yeah, 5 minute we have. I still say this is the structure right here, even on the 5 minute. But the exception to my rules are if it does close at the bottom of below this indication, could possibly be a big entry, but I don't like doing that, especially in the beginning of the week, maybe at the end of the week, beginning of the week. No, because it could continue going up. Structure could hold here and it could continue going up. So that's why I like to see that lower high and then that lower low, vice versa. Doesn't matter which one comes first, as long as we see both of them. Do you remember, girl? Do you? Do you? I don't think it's gonna go up to or low down today. 10:30, I'm hop off. I'm gonna see what this last 15-minute candle do. Cause we wanna keep it simple. We got indication, correction, let me get correction. Then we wanna see continuation. But it has to break some structure to the downside. And didn't do it on the 15-minute or the 5-minute. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Create that lower high. And then a lower low. Bam. Yeah. I still like this support right here. As brick structure. If it continues going up, I'm gonna just keep my alert. I'm gonna just move that alert to this support area. I'm a little stagnant on this Monday. All right, next 15 candles activated. 15-minute candle. It's trying to make some move down. Definitely have to move that. Okay, it's finding a little support here, maybe. Again, if it breaks, let's say it breaks and then closes like here or something. Bro, that's a big stop, so I'm not. I'm definitely not entering. And then our targets are here, so we'll have more stop than target. I don't do it. Right. I mean the close candle too. Here. And I will have to enter dead on that breaker structure to get some type of good profit. Or 1-to-1, I should say. 1.5. So yeah. Like I was taking his time though. Tuesday, not Monday. I said it's Monday. Tuesday. Tuesday. 10 more minutes. Let's see if this Monday. Monday price came down, came back up. Out of this happened at 10, but out of session. But you can see this breakdown here. Price goes, that's a big break. Goes up, breaks, boom, 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 boom. Lower low, lower high. So as soon as price broke this low, now we got a lower low. Now we got a lower high. And then you could definitely have entered here. Could have waited for this candle to engulf this one. Just say enter there. Stop above here. Took it to this low. One or two. This was at 1 a.m. Right there, London session. So you do have opportunities. London session. You do. I'm just asleep. That's it. Okay, look like it found some support here. So trampolining up. Looks like we're not gonna get that today, which is okay. So if it creates a new high, this is now our new support. When it does, if it does. What you gonna do? What you gonna do in you? I can't wait. I get to go. I'm going home this weekend, y'all. Back to Wisconsin. And during more cold, but it's been a while since I seen the fam. So I'm actually excited this time. Been a minute. It's been a minute. Pushing, y'all. I was trying to push up more. Trying to get it going. Yeah, definitely found some support here. I want to see you make a new high. Get the candle closed, preferably. Three minutes, and I'm gonna sign out, y'all. And I'm gonna just keep my alert. And if something happens between 10:30 and 11:30, the latest, I might enter, but I might just hold off. It's the beginning of the week, y'all. It was Tuesday. Let's check out news real quick. For the rest of the week. We got Wednesday, so we got short week. Wednesday, Trump speaks at 8:30. It's the only one, but that's before the market. And then 11:45. I'm not worried about the 10 a.m. And Thursday, 8:30 again. And then Friday, PMI. Not too many drastic news except tomorrow. We'll see what that looks like. Candle looking kind of healthy right now. To the upside. Oh, man. Push, 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 push. All right, so what I'm going to do is move this up because we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and it looks like it's making another higher high. As of right now, y'all, it's no trade. I'm gonna continue my day. I'm gonna keep this alert, and if we get a breakdown within the next hour, we might have something. But if not, we still have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to catch a trade or two or three. As of right now, my trading system says it's a no-go. Price didn't break structure. We don't even consider the next one. There's no risk because, well, we don't have a setup. Well, our risk is defined. We can put yes here. Do you feel comfortable taking this trade? That's not even it because we don't have all of our basic 4 rules met. So, no trade. That's why I use this system. It really helps. We don't even go to the trade log because it's a no trade. So, and this is our dashboard. Started here, here. Coolly. That's it, y'all. Till tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.